why we have, and that is the more reason why we have to start to do something. Now, it was agreed that the association must replicate the role it played during the celebration of the 50th anniversary. Asasco Frederick Oduro Konedu of the 1992 year group wanted to know how the association wanted to showcase during the 60th anniversary. Asasco Bismarck Ewachi of the 1991 year group drew Meme's attention to a project started by the association and wanted to know the current status. The headmaster, Asasco Benjamin Nokai of the 1991 year group, indicated that the celebration has been discussed at the board level, and members of the board had given their blessings to the celebration. He intimated that the board had directed various committees to be formed to oversee the celebration. Asasco Isaiah Adebuke suggested that the association, together with the school, must form joint committees to oversee the program of that anniversary. Asasco Augustina Amwa suggested that each year group be tasked to play a specific role for the celebration. After long deliberations, the meeting concluded on the 60th anniversary as follows. 1. Anniversary project. Members agreed to select any of the underlisted projects for the school. Another school of thought was that should be left to the anniversary planning committee. And the suggested projects are 1, renovation of the boys' dormitory, provision of chairs and some equipment, and then completion of the library complex. Formation of anniversary planning committee. Membership of the committee should reflect the underlisted. A, must have year group representation. Location of members must be considered. And C, members should have some level of expertise. Executive committee. The executive committee was mandated to see to the formation of the anniversary planning committee. B, the executive committee was tasked to come up with the terms of reference for the planning committee. Other matters. A, renaming of houses and other facilities of the school. A member wanted to know what has happened to the renaming exercise. She indicated that when the exercise started, she was named after a house or facility for which she started to fix louver blades for some rooms for a particular house. She said after some time, she heard that the exercise has been suspended. Until date, nobody has communicated anything to her. In response, the chairman, who is one of the representatives of the Past Students Association on the board, and the headmaster of the school indicated that when the exercise started, the traditional authority was not consulted. They indicated that plans are underway and a committee had been formed to come out with a report. They intimated that some of the individuals who were considered before the exercise was suspended will be given the blessings to continue. Organization of the year groups. A member pleaded with members to help him with the organization of his year group. He was told to organize programs and endeavor not to try to run one-man show. He was also told to call individuals behind the scenes to sell the idea to them. Visit to the school. The headmaster encouraged members, that is the Past Student Association, to visit the school frequently. He then took the opportunity to thank some of the year groups, namely the 1991 year group, 1993 year group, 1996 science class, 1986, and some individuals, namely Mr. and Mrs. Akaba and Professor Apiaje Etua, for their support to the school. Homecoming. On the issue of homecoming, the chairman informed the meeting that it has been stopped. He said some individuals seized the opportunity to disturb the peace of the school and perpetrated some social vices in the school. He maintained that what is usually done is to organize the homecoming during speech and prize-giving days. Past students teaching and working in the school. The headmaster was encouraged to ensure that past students teaching and working in the school come together to render their support to the school. The headmaster assured the members that he has started something to mobilize that group of members. Past students living in and around Asamankesi and its environs. It was brought to the attention of the meeting that a lot of past students live around Asamankesi and its environs, and it was about time we formed the Asamankesi chapter of the Past Students Association. Sustaining the Past Students Association. A member suggested that a committee be formed to see to the mobilization of the Past Students Association so as to ensure that the efforts and momentum could be maintained. Enrolling young past students into the association. A member suggested that it was about time we put structures in place to enroll up and coming past students into our fold. He said there are some gaps between the current students. There are some gaps, and the current students must be encouraged to see to the need to join the association after school. Restructuring of the Past Students Association. A member was of the opinion that the association needs restructuring. He indicated that the executive committee must work through the year groups and the year groups working through their members. He encouraged members to work together to enable us achieve our mission and vision. It was agreed that it was about time a general meeting or a conference held to discuss the way forward of the association. Putting the headmaster on the spot during meetings. A member advised against putting the headmaster on the spot during meetings. He said that if we wanted the headmaster to respond to issues at meetings, then we must alert and inform him on time. He said the practice of putting him on the spot during meetings is not the best. Next meeting. The meeting was adjourned to, I don't know whether it is August 28, 2022, and the venue is still through Zoom. Closing. The chairman brought the meeting to a close upon a prayer offered by Asasco Raymond Akaba. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Having gone through the minutes for the previous meeting, we invite comments, omissions, and any other information relating to the minutes that was just read, so that it could be adopted as a true reflection of the proceedings of our previous meeting. Remember, you need to raise your hands if you want to speak. Okay, so Asasco Doris Boatin.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
About the opening of Asamankese chapter, I think this question was raised some time ago, and we agreed that because the actual association has not been on its proper feet, we would want
Please,
to
a moment.
organize.
Before you continue,
Okay.
we are asking for comments and like inputs relating to like omissions, exaggerations, comments on the minutes that has just been read.
Suggestions.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've not come
Thank you.
to those points yet. Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
So please, let's all take notes. Your comments should be probably inputs into the discussions that were held in our previous meeting that had not been captured, or something that has been captured but it's not a true reflection of what was discussed. Set issues around the minutes. We have just about 2 minutes to go through that. So we're waiting.
Please, there is a hand up. Infinix Note 10. Please check and allow him to talk.
Oh, okay. So please, Infinix Note 10. Yeah. Please, when you raise your hand like that, we may not see it. Go into the system and click on the raise hand gesture. It will reflect for us to see it. But in the meantime, you can make your point. Your mic is muted.
Please unmute him.
Hello.
Yes,
about the 60th, yeah, about the 60th anniversary. I think the minutes captured read is correct. So I think we should continue with what we have discussed so far concerning the 60th anniversary. I'm done.
Thank you very much, sir. Any more comments on the minutes? All right. Oh, okay, there's a hand up. Please, you
Yes,
can come in.
Mr. Chair, my hand is up. Infinix Note 3, please, the name, because we are writing the names of members who are at the meeting. So Infinix Note 3, if the person can give us his name, so that I can capture the name.
And I also wish that instead of using those synonyms, pseudonyms, we can instead represent ourselves by our real names and probably our year groups, so that we can easily identify ourselves. All right, I think we don't have much on the minutes. And so we will request that a member who was present.
President, I think Martinson's hand is up.
Oh, okay. Martinson, you can come in.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone. President, it's not really about the content of the minutes, but I understand, or we know mostly minutes are sent to members to review before the meeting commences so that we are all able to have a proper understanding of the content. I don't know whether this is done and some of us could not receive, or subsequently it can be done.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the secretary shared the minutes on our WhatsApp platforms before today. So
some of us
maybe
are not on WhatsApp.
Sure. So we may have to find other means of getting the minutes to you subsequently. We will look at it. Thank you very much. Solomon.
Yes, Mr. President, if you look at the attendance, we have a column for email. So maybe going forward, if members can provide their email so that when the minute is ready, we send it to the individual emails in addition to putting it on the platform, so that at least everybody will have a copy of the minutes before the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There is a hand up. I can't see the name. Okay, it's gone. All right. Isaiah.
Yes, good evening to everyone, and thank you for all of us being able to make time to be. With regards to the minutes that Martinson raised, I believe that if everybody is on the main WhatsApp platform, I think that it will be easier for information to be shared. And I also believe that because he is not on the WhatsApp page, that is why he was not able to. So going forward, if you are here and you are not on the main platform, kindly give your number to the president or the secretary so that you will be included in the main WhatsApp platform for you to be able to receive messages. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Asasco and Isaiah. I think the WhatsApp platform is limited. It can take up to, I think, 253 or so. And so we wouldn't be able to add everybody. But so, going forward,
okay,
we may
so
have
is it able, are we able to move to Telegram where, I mean, it can contain as many as people?
That will be the next option.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Okay. All right, so no hands up, no hand up. All right, Iris, Asasco Iris. Please, may we hear you, Asasco Iris?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I have a question about the WhatsApp group. Do we have rules about the WhatsApp group that some people post everything like every 2 minutes on WhatsApp? So do we have rules about the WhatsApp group so that it should be solely for the group, but not Bible passages and funny videos and all that stuff? I just want to know.
Okay, thank you very much. We will keep this question and come to it when we get to the other matters.
Thank you.
We'll come to it when we get to the other matters. Let's please look at the minutes. All right. So I think we can comfortably request for members present during our previous meeting to move. Okay, Senior Dan, so Ninkra.
Hello. I actually didn't want you to finish the sentence. I move for the minutes to be adopted.
Good. Any seconder?
Seconded by Isaiah.
Good. Thank you very much. And so it becomes an official document which can be referenced subsequently. Right. So the next on our agenda is matters arising from the previous minute. Going through the minutes, I think we had one main agenda, a task that was supposed to be executed by the executives. That was forming the planning committee, constituting the planning committee, and then defining their terms of reference. I'm happy to say that that has been done. And that is going to take the center stage for today's discussion. And so I wouldn't want to go into the details, but it's been done and we'll come to it when we start today's agenda. So now our next is introduction of the planning committee members. Introduction of the planning committee members. This task was taken to the year group representatives platform. If there's a particular year group without any representation on that platform, please, at the end of this meeting, you can get in touch with me and you will get two members from your year group to represent you on that platform. I want to say that we have a platform which is meant for the various year groups representatives, so that discussions on that platform could be taken to their year groups for further deliberations. So if you are not receiving any information from the platform as being from the executives or deliberations among the various year groups, then it means your year group is not represented. Please, you can get in touch with me and you will get your year groups to be represented on that platform. So this discussion, as I said, was taken to the various to the year group representatives platform for deliberations, and we had very fruitful deliberations, and we came out with we got 5 people who are going to form the committee. So before we proceed, I want to introduce the committee members first. And to the committee members, when I mention your name, please show your face on the dashboard for everybody to identify you. And so I will start with the only lady among the committee members. So we have Asascan Doris Boatin. Please, you show your face on the dashboard so we can identify you.
Hello. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see my face. I have a little challenge with my lights and everything. So probably
Okay.
next time I will show my face.
That's all right.
Thank you.
At the end of the meeting, we show pictures. The next is Kweku Amo Adepa. Then we have Andrew Danso Eninkra. We have Ebenezer Dakwa. And the last but not the least is Godfred Marvin Usu Boatin. So these 5 people constitute the planning committee for the 60th anniversary. Before we proceed, if a name has been mentioned and you don't fully agree, or you may not have time to avail yourself to execute the mandates of this committee, please, at this juncture, we need you to come out so that you could be taken out, or else we assume that you are all ready to do the job as will be defined to you. And so we'll give about 30 seconds for that. If your name is mentioned as being part of this committee and you may not be available to do as it will be required from you, please, you have the option to opt out now so that we can find your replacement. Just some 30 minutes for that. So the silence is very loud, and I assume that they've all accepted the challenge to serve as on the committee. If it was in a fiscal meeting, I would say let's clap for them. We thank them so much for availing themselves. Now, before we proceed, as part of the mandate, we were supposed to also draft their terms of reference. Thankfully, we were able to come out with the terms of reference. And this was done in collaboration with the various year groups. And so it was not solely done by the executives. The various year groups also made contributions into it. And we came out with a 7-point terms of reference. I want to read the terms of reference to everybody's hearing. And I want the committee members to pay attention to the details of these terms of reference, because it's going to be your working document, and we will be marking your successes or otherwise based on these terms of reference.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Please, is it possible to share it, on the screen?
I'm trying.
Is it possible to share the file on the screen?
I'm trying to.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to. If I'm able to do that, I'll share. If not, then we continue. All right. Okay, so
Mr. President, if you have a challenge, can I share it?
okay, if you do, share it.
Yes, but unless you make me co-admin before I can do that, please.
A moment.
Okay. I can see you clear.
The Tottenham told the Amsterdam-based club that they will take the player on loan until the end of the season before they make a move for a permanent deal. Everton were subsequently asked to put the offer on paper before it is considered.
Hello, everyone. I just joined the meeting.
Your name, please. You just joined the meeting. Your name, please.
Okay, I'm Daniel Owusu, 207 badge.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mary.
Okay. So please, those having issues with the change of their names, right? When you go on your screen, you see a place where there is a place called participants, right? You click there, your name will show up, and then you click on your name, then there is a place written rename. Then you can change your name and do that. I hope this information will help those who have not been able to change their names on the screen. So you go to participants, you click on the participants, your name will show up. You click on your name, then there is a place called rename. Then you can rename yourself. Thank you very much.
Good evening, good evening. Pacho. Isaiah Meteso Kasa, but me Pacho. I'm sorry for joining you late because I was doing installation. Bishema Kabeye Madama Ubetimi actually Nena Kano.
Okay, Shepete, this information was for those who have not been able to change their names on the platform. So I was trying to show them how to change their names on the platform.
I think we are okay.
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 All right. So at this point, I want us to observe the meeting rules. If you need to speak, you raise your hands. And then you cannot just speak. There will be time for people to make contributions and inputs. And so when that time is due, you can come in and then you make your inputs. Before you can speak, you raise your hands, go to the reactions, then click on raise hands. You will be noticed and called to make your point. I think that's okay. If you are not speaking, please, you mute your microphone so that we wouldn't be having any background feedbacks. All right, thank you very much.
With an impressive list of performers and a few
Please,
elements.
whoever is giving us that feedbacks, let's try and.
Kendrick Lamar and Lil Nas X with 7 nominations each. Lil Nas X and Howard are nominated together for their collaboration on the song Industry Baby. One of our artists of the year, along with Ed Sheeran, Lizzo, Drake, Bad Bunny, this year's award show is stacked with amazing performances that are definitely going to entertain.
All right. So I proceed. Point number 1. Point number 1. The committee at first meeting to choose a convener who will serve as a chairperson and a spokesperson. And then at that same Meetin meeting, they are supposed to also choose a secretary who will record and keep minutes of all meetings. Point number 2. Point number 2. The committee is to propose a suitable time-bound deliverable project to showcase during the 60th anniversary celebration. This 60th anniversary celebration is due for next year, December. Point number 3. The committee is to present a draft feasibility report on the stored library project. And point number 4, the committee is to propose for setting up various ad hoc subcommittees necessary for the effective execution of the activities towards the 60th anniversary of Asasco. Then point number 6, the committee is to draft the terms of reference of all such ad hoc committees proposed in point 5. And to present their final report to the executives. So this, in general, is the terms of reference defined by the executive, by the various year groups representatives for the committee to work with. And so that is the terms of, I don't know if we can discuss the terms of reference, whether it's exhaustive or is too much, or we need to add to it or whatever. So we'll give some 5 minutes for all of us to make inputs into the terms of reference. Sister Aris, your hands have been up for some time now. If you really want to speak, then you can come in, or if it's from your previous contribution, then please, you may lower your hands. So at this point, anybody who wants to make contributions into the terms of reference can please come in. Martinson.
Prezo.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, please. Please, if I heard you right, the chairperson is also going to be the spokesperson or the convener for information regarding their meeting and all of that. Does it not seem like we are giving one person too much role other than the other members who can equally contribute, just so that in the absence of the chairperson, another can also be in the same capacity to contribute to whoever or any entity requesting information or providing information to the committee?
Okay, it's a suggestion. Let the discussions flow and let's see how what we do with it. Please, we still have some few minutes to make inputs into the terms of reference.
President, please, I'm having a little challenge. I've pasted the terms of reference in the chat box for members to have a look at, please.
Please, any more inputs?
President, I'm back again. Please, I have the permission.
Yes, please.
Yes. So I'm looking at the terms of reference and I see the work of the committee is towards the school or the 60th anniversary. I don't see anything in relation to mobilizing past students. I don't know whether the intention is fused into the ad hoc committee, because we know we are also out there, not so much mobilized in a way that can bring the support or contribution towards the 60th anniversary. So I don't know, a bit more of clarity can help in that regard.
Well, I think, as you rightly said, the committee is not limited to the number of other committees that they can form. And so if there is a need for such a committee, I think it can be recommended to the committee to look at. Please, Asaka and Asabia, I can see your hands up.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I think with the mobilization of the old or past students, that is why we have representative for, of the various year group forming that year group representative platform, so that with the mobilization, we can take it up from there. The various year groups should be able to sensitize their groups enough to be part of whatever is going to take place towards the 60th anniversary. That's my stake. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any more? Okay, I can see Daniel Kennedy Owusu. Your hand is up.
Yes, my hand is up. Okay, so I want to contribute to the mobilization. You know, for instance, my year group, I hardly have seen any of them part of this association. So it will be in the right direction for all the years group to actually look at what they can also do in their own corner. But then why don't we have someone, or why don't we bring in someone who can also champion that cause, so that at least we know when it comes to the mobilization, we can count on one particular person who can hold that to forth, and then have all the other year group to work with. And then I think once we have the numbers, the project will go pretty well.
So it means your point in summary is to look at forming a mobilization subcommittee, if I should understand.
Yes, sure.
Okay,
sure.
All right.
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you very much. All right. Okay, so I think we can move on from here. Unless there are other contributions. If not, then we will move on to other items on the agenda. And so at this point, I think I can conveniently say that the House has agreed to the terms of reference defined for the committee to guide their work. And so I think it's just right that we inaugurate the committee. So I think without much ado, I want to call out the names of the committee members once again. I want to call out the names of the committee members once again for those who were late to get it, and then we will inaugurate the committee to start work forthwith. So not in any particular order. There is some feedbacks, there's some background feedback, please. If we can keep our microphones muted. So not in any particular order. Asasco Daniel Kennedy, please, if you can lower your hands. Please, the co-hosts, can you help with
Tech zone? Yes, I'm trying, but some of them it's difficult to take them out, to mute them. So maybe the only thing is I have to take them out of the meeting, if that may be necessary.
I should think so, because the feedback noise is becoming too much. All right, so not in any particular order. We have Asasco Kweku Amu Adepa, Asasco Andrew Danso Eninkra. We have Asasco Doris Boatin, Asasco Ebenezer Dakwa, and last but not the least, Godfred Marvin Ousu Boatin. Now, during the discussion, I read a comment.
Please, the one using the TCL mobile, please, we beg you, if you can log off or you mute yourself.
All right. There was this recommendation by a member to consider adding somebody from the diaspora to the committee. I don't know how we should look at it. From my point of view, it's laudable, but I think it's a little too late, because we kept on asking members to join. But if we have to give it a consideration, we can also look at it. And if we will do, then we may have to add 2 people to give us that odd number we are looking at. So I don't know how we should go about it. What's your view, please? Asasco Doris Boatin. I can see your hand up.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's in right order because they will be able to help mobilize the people out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you can get one in Europe and one in the US who can coordinate with Canada and those up there, and Europe will also coordinate those in UK and stuff, I think it will be better. That's my suggestion anyway. Thank you.
Asasco Florence Asabia, your hand is up. Okay. Asasco Danso and Inkra, you can come in.
I have a problem when we talk about mobilization. We need to understand what we are talking about. For instance, I left in 1983. If we don't have members of 1979 participating, I'm asking myself, how do I know them and where are they? For instance, if you choose somebody in Canada to coordinate for Asascans in Canada, what is he going to do? So I think we have said this over and over that we have year groups representatives. So when you talk about mobilizing, again, mobilizing in this modern terms is not about just gathering people to one geographic location, but we are talking about electronic. So that if you belong to a particular year group and you have their contacts, that is mobilizing electronically by itself. So I think that is what, when we talk about mobilizing, for me, that is what we should be taking our mind. That is where we should be taking our minds to. So that if you say somebody is a member of a committee and he's responsible for mobilizing people he doesn't know where to find them, I wonder what kind of assignment you're going to give the person and how the person is going to say, I have done my work. When we talk about odd numbers also in a committee, for instance, if you are 4, you can decide to say that the powers of the president or the chairman or the leader of that committee should be excluded from voting, so that you have 3 people, which also becomes an odd number. And then when you have meetings and you are not able to settle, that person can come in and have a particular kind of vote or a particular kind of veto. That again becomes a way you can sort it out. So necessarily, you don't have to add people on because you want to get an odd number, but you can have a way of changing the powers, because the number odd actually in terms of committees is because of voting. And there is a way you can go about it such that even though they have an even number, they still can work as though they had an odd number. So these are the 2 things I just want to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Asascan Kweku Enyan, please, we are listening to you.
All right, thank you very much. Concerning the mobilization subcommittee, I will go for it. I want to take a different view in the sense that, for example, I completed in 2002. We have a very active year group. Now, if one day our executives present to us that, oh, we have some members from our, the organizing committee, subcommittee, who want to speak to us or who want to send us information, I think it will carry much more information than the year reps being there. I know what I'm saying. And besides, let's ask ourselves, what do we even lose if we have 5-member subcommittee for mobilization? And theirs is to liaise with all these numerous subcommittee and try to whip up support. For us, one member said that, I mean, our year group or the association is not firmly on the ground. So to me, it will be a very important subcommittee to whip up support, especially for the 60th anniversary and for further mobilization towards our association. So I am really for it. It will help with the organization. They can liaise. That's only their work. They will liaise with all the numerous year groups. 60 years, meaning we are likely to have about 60 year groups if the earliest decades have something like that. That even if they don't have, we are talking about more than, let's take half, more than 30 year groups. And the reps, I don't think we have reps from all the year groups on this committee. But if you put me, say, a 5-member committee, and all their work is to mobilize and liaise with all these year groups, I think that will be more effective than the various reps on the committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Asasco Nana Owusu Nkwantebisa. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do want to make a contribution on behalf of the diasporans. I think that there is more communication among members of a year group than there is across the year groups in the diaspora. So I'm 84. Yeah, I don't know some people who graduated 1990, they might be in the diaspora. So I have no contact with them, whereas I do communicate frequently with my mates who are in Ghana or wherever they are. So I will support the idea of sticking to the year groups. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any more? All right. All said and done, I think we will stick to our present constituents and then proceed to inaugurate the committee. I want to ask if any of our lawyers members is on the platform so that they take the committee through the inauguration for us. Do you have any of our lawyer colleagues on the platform? Sure. Asasco Eric Ochedakun is here. Please, you can take the committee, you can take us through the inauguration of the committee.
Wow. Good evening to you all, fellow Asascans, and to our committee that is charged to coordinate the 60th anniversary. I think we will all have to raise our right hand and take a very simple oath that you affirm or you swear to execute your duty as a member of the steering committee to the best of your ability, so help you God. Can we hear?
We want to hear you say.
We affirm that with execute. So can we start? I'm happy challenges.
Senior Dinkra, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, Senior. Can you allow those who are to swear to unmute their mic so that they can say it?
Exactly so.
Because this is an oath.
And on this note, I'll plead all those who are not swearing to kindly.
That is why we just went with affirmation instead of swearing, you know. But those who swear can go ahead. Can we go ahead? Do you swear or swear?
If they can also show their faces. If they can show their faces, because this is oath swearing, and we are entrusting, you know, the administration to them for that shorter period.
Mama Vida, please, can you mute yourself?
Please.
Who is talking? Somebody is disturbing. Are we ready to take the oath?
Mama Vida, please mute yourself.
Some of those phone is disturbing. Can you please allow that person to mute his? Or is it coming loud? Please.
Come on.
Good to see you here.
Hello. It's Avida. Longest time. Yes, Mariam. How are you doing?
Yeah, shifting. Yeah, please. After this meeting, we are.
I'm good, and you too.
Please, we beg you.
Okay,
We beg you.
We are changing dynamic.
We
Why, what
are.
is happening?
Rama, keep quiet, okay?
Sister Vida, please mute your mic.
This, you know what? We are in a meeting. I see no reason why there should be noise and other things from elsewhere. Please, let us control ourselves.
Are we ready to take the oath of office? President.
Mr. President, some of us have now closed and we are heading towards the house. So our network will be very bad.
Yeah, so
Until
can we go on so that we can close on time?
Yeah, then mute yourself, right? Let's mute ourselves if you are not, if you are not
Yeah,
speaking.
I
Please
did.
mute
I
yourself.
did.
It's very
I
simple.
did, and I only unmuted myself because I was supposed to speak. So we are waiting for the lawyer.
Are we ready to take the oath of office?
Yes, please.
Okay, please raise your right hand.
We've done that.
Do you swear or affirm that you will execute the duties imposed on you as a member of the steering committee for the 60th anniversary of Asasco Secondary School to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Mr. President, the committee is hereby sworn into office. Do we have Mr. President?
I'm here.
Okay.
We want to thank you so much for putting us well in the committee members into office. And the committee members too, we want to thank you for availing yourselves to lead us into a successful 60th anniversary celebration. We wish you all the best, and the other year group, other members, you can reach out to the committee if you have any suggestions whatsoever. Please, if you do have such suggestions, go to the committee, don't come to the executives. Go to the committee and other members. The committee will need your help because they will also be forming other subcommittees. Let's all avail ourselves to support the work of the committee. Thank you very much. Now, I think our work now is to go through the other matters. We are done with the main issues for the discussion. It's now for other matters. And so if anybody have any other issue, we can look at it. Asascan Iris, you were raising a point. Please, I want to give you the opportunity to.
Yes, please. I wanted to know about the WhatsApp group. Are there regulations on it? Is it solely for the group topics or issues, or is just a WhatsApp group where everybody can post anything?
Thank you very much. In fact, we've not had any strict regulations governing the WhatsApp group. But by and large, I think members are quite disciplined on that platform. Apart from birthday wishes, not receiving any postings. The platform is almost always quiet, with a few, maybe sometimes one or two other messages that come on the platform. By looking at increasing the number to its maximum, I think we can consider defining rules and regulations to govern the platform.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Asascan Danso and Inkra, your hand is up.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am a member of the committee, but I just want to take this opportunity also to suggest to the committee, taking advantage of the numbers that I gathered here today, to suggest to the committee and also to hope that the committee would announce a period for receiving some kind of memorandum from members in the form of suggestions, things that they want to see, things that they have ideas, so that there will be a certain time where the committee would announce to the general house that they are receiving suggestions from them, which will form the basis also, which will form input to the kind of work they are going to do. So it is one, a suggestion to the committee, and two, some kind of announcement, which I hope the committee would adopt and announce so that members know and they are aware that the committee will be able to receive suggestions from them. It won't be throughout their work, but a certain period when the period will be opened and closed so that they can receive it and they can answer it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think the committee will will look at this recommendation and see how they will be able to work with it. Thank you very much. Asascan Labi Brown.
Thanks so much, Chairman. Please, can I suggest two things? If it is, I don't know if it's too early. Souvenirs, where Asascans may buy. I don't know if the committee may consider that as worthy. And then two, I remember 87 November when we had the 25th anniversary. We had our bonfire, but these days it's facing out. And our men in the uniform link up and get us some firework display to also make it colorful for the event. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Asaskan Martinson, your hand is up.
Yes, please, President. My own is with respect to probably housekeeping matters, which is also to look at it in the light of the voting procedures on when we have meetings such as this. I realized that when the meeting started, we needed to hear out the minute and then was later moved and adopted. Later when suggestions were made, I didn't see any form of voting procedure. For instance, the mobilization of adding 1 or 2 members onto the committee. Suggestions were made, but I didn't seem to see any voting mechanism either to accept or reject. And so many other recommendations or suggestions that came up. I want to know what are the possible voting procedures when it comes to meetings such as this, and to which point or at which point does a veto comes in to move us forward, or either to reject or accept a matter under consideration.
Thank you very much. In our constitution, I think there is a gray area on this. We have votings for certain specific activities like election of executives, and then at the committee levels, there are voting on matters. But I think voting on matters at general meetings is a gray area which will have to be looked at. In fact, Prof. Atia has taken the Constitution to have a second look at it to see where some amendments could be done. I think these issues will be looked at. But what we have there is a simple agreement on issues is accepted. And I think when you look at the issues that were deliberated, we didn't have much dissenting views. A point was raised, about 2 people raised dissenting views. There wasn't a third counter. And so we just assume it's been the majority views, carry the day. And
but
so,
President, in that respect, it looks like you made that decision.
Other people also made contributions.
Yes, but the debate is different from voting.
That's the point. That's the point I'm raising, that there's a gray area which will have to be looked at. It's a good point. I don't know if you are okay with it.
I understand, just that I look at meetings such as this, that we form the higher decision-making body of the association. And so if there is a moderator who leads debate or discussions, and there's a matter of suggestion that comes up, at least there must be a mechanism to allow for voting, which maybe we have to decide. But then from the proceedings so far, I just realized that we were only vetoed along the process on suggestions that were made.
Thank you very much. It's well noted. All right.
you.
So, Asasco and Daniel, can I do so?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So, in regards to the subject matter and then what my brother just spoke about, I think coming from the president, it's in the right direction for now, because with the for the school on the anniversary, I think it's way behind time now. So if people have been selected to champion this cause, I think that's okay. Then my second submission to is not really on the subject matter. So we have come to join newly. I actually want to know, is there any dues? Actually, how is the association regulated? So I would really wish I have some brief, and then to also be part of the family.
Thank you very much. Let me take this up briefly. Yes, the Constitution enjoins us to pay dues. Some way, somehow, members' willingness to pay the dues has died down. And so we have also relaxed on taking the dues. From the executives, our focus now is to get members to, bring members' attention to the association as we are doing now. And I think that in due course, we will bring back the discussions on the dues, and then we start from there. So it's a constitutional mandate for every member of the association to pay dues. Yes. All right. So we look at Asasco John Amankwa.
Good evening, sir. My suggestion is that if you can organize health screening and blood donation, because we have Asascans who are doctors and nurses, and I've discussed that issue with one major at 37 military hospital, a doctor, and he said they can do that. So I don't know how it can be organized. So I will do that.
When the committee starts their work, I think they will open up for suggestions. This can also go to them for consideration.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Asasco Sabia Taylor. Well, Asasco Sabia Taylor is not talking.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
What I mean is, I think this meeting and the purpose of this meeting is to let members know from the various year groups or whatever, that is those who are already members of the old student association and new people who are, knowing this association for the first time, all of us to know what we intend doing towards the 60th anniversary and the committee that has been formed. So I think the suggestion that the other, in fact, I've forgotten the name, the one who said that we need to vote on issues. I think this meeting, we are not going strictly according to the association's constitution, but then it's a meeting aside the normal general meetings that we've been having, just to bring all other members on board so that we see how best we can move on going forward. So it is not out of place if suggestions are made, and maybe we are given the opportunities to vote. I think I do side with him so that it wouldn't sound as if the executives are just imposing and just vetoing something. When this whatever they say is final. That is my view. Thank you very much.
Well received. Thank you very much, Asasco Nasabia. There is no hand up. Should we assume that we've exhausted our discussions for tonight? All right. I want to thank everybody for coming. But before we close the meeting, I want to admonish all of us to encourage those in our reach to show interest in the activities of the association. In the past, we've not had many people showing interest in the activities of the association, and so we haven't been able to organize many programs, though the executives had that intention. So let's speak to those in our reach, our year groups, those in our vicinities, those whose contacts are on our phones, and make them aware that something of that nature is going on. Today we've had average of 40 participants in this meeting, though we were expecting about 100. Our previous meeting, we started the meeting at 4 o'clock, and many of the people complained that the time was not convenient because they had other engagements during the period. And the suggestions we took from them was to push the meeting forward so that they can also join. That informed the time we started this meeting, 7 p.m. And today's average and the previous meeting's average is not different. We will compare and see whether we had the same people who participated in the previous meeting in this meeting, or we had entirely new people. Then that would inform us as to what to do next.
Right.
So we want to encourage us. Let's aggressively reach out to especially our year groups, so that at least we can mobilize ourselves and get something done for our school. I can see a hand up. Hussein Sanusi.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, first of all, very sorry. I couldn't join. Well, I traveled and then I joined a bit late. It's not a question. I just want to commend our executives and then all the organizers. And then we'll tell ourselves to sort of carry the message across to all Asascans so that we all come on board. Because when you look at the system now in the country, a lot of schools are trying to organize these old school members. And then these old students are going back to their various schools to give back to the schools. But in our case, as far as I can see, I don't know if I'm wrong, ours, we are trying to build it up. So I want to encourage all of us to try and then sensitize and then inform all members to come on board so that we can move Asasco forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Asasco Martins, your hand is up again.
I think we are about to close.
Yes, please. President, so as you said, members may be willing to send memoranda to the committee, and the fact that the WhatsApp platform cannot contain the entire membership of the hosting body. I'm only suggesting that right after our meeting or some days after, a reachable contact to the committee, either all the members or an official communication channel, can be shared so that the same medium the Zoom link was shared to us, we can also share it for members to also reach out to them for ideas, suggestions, and other information that must come to their attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's well noted. I think at this point, we may consider a closing prayer, unless someone else has something else to say. If not, then we'll consider a closing prayer.
I think we consider, as you said, the closing prayer.
Let me ask Asaskan Mariam Asari Anin to give us the closing prayer.
Hey, praise God. They see I'm if we come and I'm in Mumbai. Okay. Why?
Please hold on before you pray. Hold on. I think we have to. Someone will have to first move to bring today's proceedings to a close.
Please, this is Iris. I suggest that in the absence of any further discussion, we should bring the meeting to an end.
This is Asabia seconded.
Thank you very much. Now, Mariam can proceed with the closing prayer.
Yeah, that was me. I want to my bishia say your phone back na ye be meeting ye pejaba when the money alpha new omega ashasini awie e the meeting ba when be do fiti afi abawie waka ye ho ama ye nti ase ne odo ewrade wo meeting na ba so fefefe asumdue mu e bompa ye say ewrade committee aya set me mama hoden sa won ka mo ho mo ntimi nye mamunyansa Solomon nyansa wo de do mo no na de nimdia ka ho ewrade fa do mo ma mama hoden je o mu fi o ha ne mamu sa challenge beba na so ewrade si ano kwan ma wo na ka wo ho no mu ndi anim na program no anniversary ye be di no enye successful ya da wase papa ye be day so ye ja ye ho hye wonsa ka ye ho na bo ye ho ban fa ye si wataba na se ade pa bi twa ya kasa wo na waye ya da wase nyame agya nyame oba nyame opokudim ti amen.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for coming.
Amen.
This other is all.
Oh, Mariam, me who watch it, my film.
Not from your Casarai.
Matia, if I saw a president, they say I got a socialization.
Hello. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
I'll catch up when I come to Ghana. Hopefully next month.
Okay, Senior. We'll be happy to see you. We'll meet you.
Why?
Oh, but Ghana, I have to fibra why?
Mate.
Per time near Nkasa, why?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yo.
Mama.
Kabra usun kwanta bi sampa so wanye mami hu kabra we.
Those are me here.
Kabra we.
Yeah, mini.
Senior contribution for one.
Yummy adu.
Senior, who watch your
It's a home attack.
Some say I bra for me ndu mu no na ye na se fi aka socialization. That is yes na bi sa mo se say when ye ni na ye gina ye.
That's right. Yeah, better organize it.
I'll beat you, Papa.
Mommy,
It's been a long time, very, very long time.
I'm sure why. Good job, Mr. President.
Sister Doris, mommy show when him.
Florence Abremukwa. Florence Abremukwa.
Yes, Florence.
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 Florence, and I am you. Almost night.
Soja Lafia, if you mean that.
Good to see you.
Florence, I say.
Soja Lafia, me na my mama no.
Good evening.
Madam Asavia,
good evening.
You're bedding to
Mama Florence.
Mama
Florence.
Hello.
Hey, Iris, now what got it to him? I'm telling conscious.
Sister Iris.
Yes, ma'am.
Sister Iris, use me boy.
Aye. Come what?
Me
Miss Kitchen, yeah, the intimate mamma and her menu.
There be a kitchen, or just and patrol on him or if you say her.
The patrol, Miss no, US.
Sister Iris, outside.
No, US, more Maryland, into town, baby, Mr.
Okay, Maryland. Me patrol. Mejo, patrol so bad join the WhatsApp. We'll join the WhatsApp and then we can talk.
Yeah, that's quantabis a bit to me the number.
Very good, very good, very good.
Yeah. Good evening, Sister Iris. I mean, message your number. We need to talk.
Oh, no, me oh number. My name said no one other she used to there.
Yeah, man.
And
what you saying? Mama, who
okay, so
only the can no way.
Yeah, Colorado too.
I hope that as part of the celebration, you're about to start you.
Most of us here head.
Listen, better or Mr. Gufu or Mr. Bovi on so
Moya sad and yen to me ko baby o yes here omo headmasters omo ye teacher for yen is sad and yen best like tin yen wieda yen fasa ma headmaster na ye kan asem ye di teacher ho a
ye be invite your mama mo nyina aba mo
that's right that is fine. That is fine. Teacher for no because you na baako te say you bestra we ni amesra no no dia but you headmaster na obi ati a obi enye peeved say you headmaster because he was the headmaster. Yes, invitation is there fine.
But Sister Doris,
yes.
Missing Perry, say a year be all students because Mr. Amoa. But then year group year call a year be worry. See a cosa missing Perry. It wouldn't be out of place.
Say Florence, I know you're different though. Say year group is Marco Pias and mine. And I call missing Perry. And we are different. As see Rebecca said, there was some missing Perry, there was some Mr. Kofi. Other teachers and also MPY.
My phone said,
That way, you know, and yeah, you know, discuss it. And baby at the appropriate quarters, and says our decision will be
senior cheddar compared to my
saying,
End of September, maybe. Why?
You
next month ended. Into me ba very sure.
And yes, I me Sebastian got some one of the priests. My local one mama.
Me ba one fa a young woman sa.
Yeah. You all the best. Bye.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Whatever is what I know in some.
My bonko moka cry. Next time attempt you say why attempt 13.
Sunday say will be a subject back at the
Message ya. Oh me and no be have any there.
Why are they also just a fine.
I wish everybody the best of the night.
You are punchy.
Bye bye.